tell us how long you've been in business, how many engines you build a year?
It goes back to about 1981, so well over about 44 years now. I've been doing this since I was a little kid, and we average about, in this facility here, about 115 to 120 diesel engines a year, and that excludes any gas engines that we do along the way too, which that could be 30 to 40 engines.
Right.
And antique stuff we do as well. So quite a bit of repertoire in the engine building industry here.
That's terrific. Mm-hmm. So you've got some Speed of Air Pistons here. Looks like you got a Duramax block you're going to build. How many of these have you done? Tell us a little bit about Speed of Air.
As far as the Speed of Air Piston?
Yeah.
Well, as you probably are aware of, I go back with Speed of Air about 20 years. So kind of been involved with it here and there. Along the way, we did mostly a lot of 12 valves and 7.3s in the beginning. Mm-hmm. I would say between all the diesels, we probably have maybe 40 or 50 engines out on the road.
With Speed of Air Pistons on?
Yeah, dating back quite some time. I would say back to about 2008, 2010.
Okay.
Somewhere around there.
So back when they were still just doing R&D work and just
a lot of
figuring it
R&D, so it was very archaic when you looked at the dimpling.
Yeah.
But as far what they look like now is amazing because all the CNC, and the technology involved with it and stuff like that has come a lot longer way. But yeah, during the beginning phases with Joe Malfa, there was some pretty archaic dimpling going on, but it always showed proved positive results.
Yeah. So you got 40 or 50 engines in there. What kind of results have you seen with your customers? Are they happy? What's sort of been the feedback that you've gotten, and what have you seen personally with them?
Well, so I can tell you this honestly, that on every level there has been a positive gain, period. No matter what it was, if it was small or large. We've seen, from just the fuel gain, the biggest thing that I like is the lower EGTs, as you're aware of, in diesel engines. EGTs kill engines.
Right.
So high EGTs anyway. That's what I like. The other thing was, the torque, picked up, the cleaner air, the cleaner oil, everything about it, less smoke coming out the tailpipe. Take a 7.3 and make it sound almost like a Duramax, where it, ticks like a watch. Which most people will hear, they're like, "Was that a gas engine in there?"
Yeah.
That's a 7.3. Sounds like all 8 rods are coming out of the side of the block when they fire up on a cold morning. So, it's a positive gain no matter what that I've seen. Some are low, some are high, some all depend on the driver itself too as well.
Right.
So I had one out in Great Falls, Montana. This was amazing. Gentleman, 6.0 power stroke, was averaging 14 miles to the gallon, and he wanted it mostly for the lower EGT.
Right.
Build him an engine, basically stock, no power, anything like a bigger turbo injectors or anything like that. The tune was simply a tow tune. He gets in it, and with the SOA pistons, and we can add our little flavor to the build. Make it even a little bit more efficient, and he's getting 22 to 23 miles to the gallon, almost unheard of. Okay, and this is crazy, and you saw that post.
That's right.
Yeah, and the big thing for him though was the lower EGTs, but he also mentioned that he picked up the torque, and how quiet it was.
Right.
And he was just like blown away.
Yeah.
He was like, it's unheard of just by changing the piston.
Yeah.
So that's the best one to date that I have done. And I'm sure there's more that other people have done as well that have done
So
something.
6.0 has been your best build so far.
That has been,
the one for Speed of Air. Yeah.
Yeah, so you gotta, factor in this. An older gentleman, not hot riding, he's not lead foot. Like I said, just a tow tune, no big turbo or anything like that. He drives it like grandma. So all the conditions are right.
Yeah.
They're perfect for him to see all the benefits of SOA.
Yeah.
And if you drive like that, you will see a humongous benefit.
Right.
Even if you're lead foot, you're still going to see a benefit, but not quite as good. you know, as when you just very moderate driving.
Right.
So great results on that one.
That's cool. So tell us about this Duramax. Who you building that for?
So this one's going to be for local customer, Martel Construction. And nothing fancy or anything like that, you know, other than the SOA pistons, fleet vehicles. This is where I'm going to see the biggest benefit, where we do see the biggest benefit with SOA.
Right.
Because if you got a fleet of 100 trucks, you can't control every individual driving those trucks. And it's not their money, it's not their truck, it's hammer down time, they abuse them, you know. So this is going to help save them money with their fuel consumption, along with their intervals and oil changes.
Super.
And cleaner oil and things like that to go along with it. So it'll be a lot easier on the engine, plus the longevity, that's a big factor too.
Yeah.
You know, cleaner oil, longer engine.
That's true. That's true. And we've seen quite a bit of reduction in soot when we do the oil analysis on there. So that soot reduction, which again is the unburnt hydrocarbons or carbonized fuel, certainly bypasses the range, gets in the oil, it becomes an abrasive, and all the lubricated bearing surfaces in there start wearing out more quickly. So that's been a huge benefit that we've seen. Certainly is that more efficient combustion process and burning that fuel completely in the combustion chamber and not getting all that soot down in the oil. So that's terrific. Yeah.